Yes, sir. We're back with another Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo review. This time on Chapter 18. Now, it's been like a hot minute since I did a JJK chapter review, but obviously, that wasn't my fault. You know, we had like a whole 2 week break from JJK. I think it's because, again, the holidays, New Year's, just a lot of stuff. People were taking breaks, hang out with family and whatnot. And now we're back. And this chapter, it came out strong, bro. It came out strong. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I really thought for a second the board was gonna be a fraud, bro. Like once Maharaga like adapted to Dan's technique, he started getting pieced up, bro. And like the next frame was like him being like, "Am I gonna lose, bro?" He was like stressing out, bro. I really thought that it was just gonna be like, the board was a fraud, and like Yu's gonna like probably have to hop in and fight Maharaga now. But no, that wasn't the case. They saved Dabura's aura for sure, because really his whole issue was he never had like a real reason to fight, and like he had like a whole flashback thinking of Dula, and Dula's telling him like, "Hey, listen, you have to like find like a reason for you to fight." You know what I mean? And like now Dabura has reason to fight, and like that is to like help the Sumerian. So like he's fine right now because he must fight. You know what I mean? It's not like just no, I'm just fine just to do it because he never lost. He now has like a real purpose for fighting and like a real reason for wanting to win. So that gave him like a second win almost, and now he's kind of like using his technique in a different way. Where now he's like punch with the speed of light, and it was kind of tough. But I'm not gonna hold you. Like the fight itself, like when he hit Maraga at the beginning, or like his light technique, and like Maraga just like flexed it off. It was just, I'm not gonna hold you. Like just seeing JJK back on my timeline, just reading the manga, and like just these panel works and whatnot, like how they're the pacing of the fight too. It just looks super clean, man. And then like again like the ball like catching Marga's fist, and like that point him locking in like finally find his reason to fight, and then hitting with like the light speed punch, and like him saying like I'm either have to like pummel you to death, or my hands are gonna have to crumble, or like something along those lines, like what he said. I'll post on the screen obviously. It's just, man, like their fight is pretty good. I can't wait to see how like the outcome's gonna be, because I'm pretty sure Maharag doesn't Maharag adapt to anything, so like he's gonna soon adapt to like his punch. So like he has to like beat him to, he has to beat him fast. Maharaga has to adapt. Is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's very curious to see like how strong these punches are. Like can his body handle punches? It's gonna be kind of be like a, I think this war is a battle of attrition. Like who's gonna like last longer, Maharaga to adapt, or your body, beat him before you could adapt, but then at the same time your body might crumble before him because like you're now using technique in a new manner, because you adapt to like your, I'll say your long distance attack and like throwing down light lasers. You know what I mean? But needless to say, this is the second half of the chapter. I just want to tap into that part first because again, I was on the edge of my seat thinking this man was a fraud, and I did not want this to happen because man was cool, he was hyped up, and then for him just to get like washed by Maharaga so easily when you've been hyped to be like the strongest from your planet, that would be upsetting to see, bro. Because again, like I said earlier, Maharaga has like a whole track record at this point of like finding the strongest, and like so far, each of the strongest have beat Maharaga. This is kind of like a rite of passage. That's what I'm looking for the board. Like if you could defeat Maharaga, you're 1-on-1, bro. You fought one of the hardest creatures in the verse and you beat him. So yeah, you deserve a title for the strongest. But if you lose, I mean that's kind of embarrassing, bro. Because like the past generations, they beat Maharaga through their own means or whatnot. So you gotta have to prove your point. Why you should be in conversation with Gojo and Sukuna. You know what I mean? Now moving on to like the first half of the chapter, which was also pretty good. It was Saguri versus Maru, and let me tell you, bro, like Saguri doing like that fusion dance with Rika, it was pretty clean, bro. Like he kind of just really just got like a full stat boost, like that's all it was. Like you see from this fight, like he has like faster feet, not feet, faster speed, stronger punches and whatnot. Obviously, like he's just got like full buffs physically, and like now just popping off, actually giving hands to Maru, and then Maru tried like use like his technique on what's he face on Saguri, but it didn't work at all, and like he got like a free blow off that, or Saguri did, and then we got like this cool realization from Maru that the ring that his grandfather holds like the same amount of curse energy, and like let me just read the panel exactly. You know what I mean? Let me not misquote. Let me move this over here. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We could read it together. Yeah. That also saves with editing too. You know what I mean? Alright. So here's the panel. It says, this is the source of his power in his grandfather's ring. His cursed energy is off the charts. It's beyond the capacity of any normal person. This is the work of a sorcerer with extraordinary cursed energy accumulated over years. No, decades. Alright, stop that right there. Don't want to get copywritten. So yeah, just stuff like that, just proving like how Yuta, his cursed energy was like off the charts. Even they said that like at the back in JJK as well. And when it comes to cursed energy, Yuta had like more than Gojo and whatnot. It's just that Gojo could like, refine his cursed energy and like use it optimally because of the 6 eyes. But like, bar for bar, Yuta's cursed energy was just like insane. It was an insane amount. So that was cool. Yuta getting his flowers and whatnot about how strong he is. So then, they have their exchange and whatnot. Then the fight starts to calm down. And then like Sagira's like, listen, bro, I'm sorry, but I gotta do whatever it takes to win. Then Maru's like, bro, I get you in the same boat. And then Maru does like this whole Hashirama thing where he's like summoning plants and whatnot. So we're gonna see what that will entail next chapter. But like I kinda like the way that shot was right there. I'm looking again. Let me go over here. This right here was a pretty cool panel. I'll pop that on the screen for sure. But like this was pretty fresh. Like he just some like trees and plants. It's just because like, again, like they're kind of like touching on Maru could do. Like he could kind of do what like what's what we're looking for exactly. We'll just check the chapter. But like he could not change anything. There's like a. It's not that he could do whatever he wants. What is it? We're going to see right here, chat. We're going to see right here. If this will load. But no, his curse technique is pretty interesting. Okay, so he flipped the world. Sky became normal, but did they say in chapter 16 what it was? Yeah, it was the previous chapter they explained, so it's chapter 16. Where is he at? There's always a clean version of it. People explain how the technique works. So it belonged to Cross. He's physically strong. Modern Cross techniques, chaos and harmony. Okay, so no, they just say that's of course chaos and harmony. So I guess it's just what is this curse technique, bro? Because it seems like he could just do whatever, or not whatever. But like he made the sky the ground and the ground the sky, in like chapter 16 and whatnot. And then when he was fighting against that old dude, he like made ice hot and whatnot. So I think it's chaos and like he could invert what things are supposed to be. And then the harmony might be the plant part of it as well. So that's probably like why he's doing plants now. That's my guess. Because right now he's been doing all the chaos techniques. No, because then he was like freaking, what's he face? Having things levitate and going towards people. Maybe because like that chaos being like, using gravity itself as well. I don't know, bro. I wish they could explain, but I feel like, them not explaining probably makes it better. So it's kind of like up to our interpretation. And like all we have right now is just like the words chaos and harmony. So yeah, we'll just have to see more about his technique. And I feel like we might get more of an explanation next chapter, because now he's this man summoning plants around him and whatnot. Look like a deer in the forest. All in all, this was a good chapter after a good 2-week break. Coming back with some gas, some heat, a little bit of character development with Dabura. It was pretty cool. I liked it thoroughly. And I can't wait for next week. Now, if y'all enjoyed me yapping about the chapter, please like the video and subscribe. I do post on the channel. I'm not going to say weekly, but like I do post. I post fairly often. You might. The longs I don't post probably like 10 days at max. But usually it's like, within 5 or 4 days, I post again. I post what I post, okay? No schedule here. Just like the video and subscribe. All right, guys? And until next time, y'all be easy.